Hi, my name is Cesar Nader. I'm the CEO and President of XCorp Solutions. So the vision to start this company started way back before I even knew what I wanted to do. I joined the Marine Corps on 18 March 1990, and I spent 10 years enlisted and 10 years as an officer. In true form, when I was enlisted, I didn't want to become an officer. We had a saying that we work for a living, so I wouldn't become an officer. But I realized something important, that in order to affect change and actually be a leader, you have to move up. You have to take charge. So about 10 years into my career, and I was a gunnery sergeant at that time, an E7, I became an officer, and I said, well, in 10 years, I'm gonna have to retire. So I started planning for my retirement 10 years out. In 2001, when I got commissioned as a second lieutenant, I started calling companies like Accenture, all these headhunters. And I said, I'm gonna be getting out of the military. What do I have to do? They said, sure, no problem. They gave me all this spiel, and I said, well, when do you get out? Oh, I got 10 years to go. Click. And so every time I'd call them, and I give them a 10-year, 9-year, they say, you're too early. So I started going to every retirement ceremony, every transition opportunity that I had. I did 3 transition seminars or classes in the Marine Corps when I was enlisted. I did 2 when I was an officer, trying to figure out what was the right mix of transition knowledge that would help me figure out what I wanted to do when I got out. Really, about 6 months before I got out, I started to look into job opportunities. I didn't know if I was going to be in intel, logistics. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I had some skill sets. So I went on over 200 phone screening interviews. I did 40 plus sit-down interviews with different companies, private sector, public sector, one overseas, and I looked at entrepreneurship. Nothing filled my bucket, my desire to just do something great. I'd been a Marine. What's after that? So at that point, after having 11 job offers on the table before I retired and wasn't excited about any of them, I said, I'm gonna start my company. Same thing I did when I was saying I won't be an officer. I told myself, I'm not gonna be a government contractor, because those are like second-class citizens. That's how they're perceived. And I thought, how ironic, I'm about to do the same thing again. Surely enough, 18 March 2011, I started XCorp Solutions on my kitchen table. I put 4 things that I knew how to do in the 4 corners of a page, and I put an X through it. And that's how XCorp Solutions was born. So one of the things I realize about entrepreneurs is that they share a common gene. It is a gene that will kill you. It is what I call a disease. A serial entrepreneur will die of this disease because from the moment that they are awakened, that gene comes active, they're consumed with the idea of how to create something, innovate something, improve something, or be part of something great. Though there is a money component to it, the wealth part, there's an inspiration that comes from the idea that you can change the world, or you can make something better. You heard the Bill Gates, all these entrepreneurs that have shaped our history, even in technology with Facebook, Zuckerberg, or Apple's Steve Jobs. And it doesn't have to be that recent. Henry Ford back in the days. And all those entrepreneurs in between. For every one of those guys, there's 1,000 of us who are fighting out there, small business owners, to get to that level. And it all starts back when that gene was first activated. For me, it was when I was 8 years old. And I had my first Atari, and I had my friends come over, and I would charge them a membership to join my club, which was my room. And that worked. And I was making whatever it was, 5 cents, 2 cents, in the equivalent Ecuadorian sucres, which was the currency back then. And with that idea, I thought, wow, making money is not hard. The hard part is taking that step to really launching yourself into the desire to just go for it.